This does. There we go. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I think I hit the button. What about now? Can you hear me now? Because it feels like it's working. Yes, Susan said she can hear. All right, that's good to know because I had the volume off. I had the volume. It's always something. It's always something. I swear. Every time I try to start a live, I've been doing this for years, and every time I try to start a live, this happens. It's funny. Every time. What are y'all up to? How you doing? Surprise pop-up live. It is I, your captain, speaking to Storage Auction Pirate. How have y'all been doing? How have y'all been doing? Let's hear in the comment section. First day. You got a new job? You got a new job, Susan? Tell me you got a new job, Susan. How you doing? I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I'm just chilling. Busy working, busy hustle grinding or winding. It don't stop. It don't stop. Hello, Mike. Hello, good to see you. What's up, Sandra? Let's go. I know you look for great opportunities to invest, and I know you got to do what's best. That's my only goal, really, is trying to do what's best for my family long term. Oh, okay. What's up? Chet said hi. How are you doing? What's up? So yeah, why did I quit? This is probably the most question I get asked the most all the time lately. For probably the last several months to a year, I get asked this all the time. And why do you guys think I quit? Why do you guys think I quit? I'm curious. What did you quit? Susan said. Morning, Mike. Hope you and the family are well. Thank you, OG Carol. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. How are you doing? Good morning and salutations. What did you quit? Haven't been here for a while. That's an interesting question. I didn't quit nothing. I didn't quit nothing because you were getting a lot of people that were giving you SUs, great merchandise, and you had lost to sell. That would be one way to look at it. I do get a lot of grief from certain angles of life, for sure. I definitely get a lot of grief. The reality is I quit nothing. I quit nothing. What I quit doing was putting full-length format on this channel. I don't have free time. I've been pretty stressed over the course of the last 6 months or so, trying to deal with the big changes in my life that are supposed to be better, but my life has also been more stressful because of it. I don't think you did, Susan. The reality is a lot of people are missing me, and that is why I quit putting full-length videos on this channel, because there's something obviously wrong in the system. I created a whole new channel for my long format called Hustle, Grind, Rewind. It is a very simple YouTube channel to find. I'm the only Hustle, Grind, Rewind. It's got a logo that says Hustle, Grind, Rewind, and you'll see me, Storage Auction Pirate, putting my full-length videos on this channel. I've been doing that for about a year. We have just shy of 10,000 followers on that channel, and our views are pretty, in my opinion, astronomical. A lot of our videos get double the reach as our actual follower count, which tells me something was not right on this channel. Something is definitely not right. We used to have 30,000 followers and we'd have 1,000 people in our live. Over the course of the years, more and more people say they don't get the notifications. Where's your videos? I haven't seen you for a while. And I was putting them out forever. And so I decided to create a whole new channel. And it does sound redundant because we've discussed this several times. What I put on this channel are up and down short length videos called shorts, very similar to TikTok and Instagram. That's what I use this channel for. And all my full length long videos of unboxing, storage units, family vlogs, everything you can think of goes on Hustle, Grind, Rewind. Buying a home is a stressful on every family. It's definitely. So there's different levels of stress in our household. The youngest hates that we moved her from her middle school going into high school. You know what I mean? Jessica doesn't like that, you know, TJ Maxx is 15 minutes farther of a drive. There's nothing around here. The adjustment, and I don't know if a lot of that is simply her feeding off of just how she believes her youngest daughter feels, when I'm a firm believer when you lead by example, it's going to make that change, right? So if you move to a new home and your focus is on what you don't like, what home are you creating? Especially, I believe, with women, they say God made women to make the house a home, so to speak. You know what I mean? I can't dictate that, but I'm saying, like, if you put this energy out, how do you expect energy to not follow that, right? Me personally, I've been in heaven being in this home. Mentally, financially, and business wise, it's been a struggle. Our second youngest daughter, she loves it here. She really has no complaints except that her friends don't come visit. But outside that, she loves this place and doesn't want to go back. Right? Me personally, my whole entire business has changed and it's become a struggle. We flourished for the last few years in our warehouse in Martinez, but it cost me a lot of time and money, right? So I used to spend 27 days a year driving back and forth to the warehouse and paying 2 employees to run my business for me in a sense. Well, was the boss. See, that's what I learned in the last few years. The biggest thing I learned is what I was never a boss before. I was the guy doing it all. And then I became the boss of my business and had people doing what I need done so that I can be the storage auction pirate. Now, moving here, I no longer have that. I do not have the consistent help. I do not have an employee, so to speak. I do not have help running my business, and I'm like, feel like I'm going backwards. Last year was the worst year I've had in a few years financially, and it seems a struggle to keep up with the pace that I created. What was that? What's that word called? Scaled. I scaled to a certain point that I can't do by myself. It's physically impossible. Hence why I've had to slow down on videos on the main channel. Hence why I'm not buying as much storage units. Hence why a lot of things have transpired. I'm not going live as much. I'm not doing as long as shows because now I'm spread thin. Now I'm back to doing 10 jobs by myself. I wish I lived around you, bro, because I'd come over and help you all the time. Wouldn't charge you a dime. I enjoy watching what you do. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. I wish I had more like that in my life. I mean, I don't want somebody to work for free, but the enthusiasm I get from most of you versus the people closest to me is it's nuts. It really is. You know what I mean? If you guys can all hit the like button, I would appreciate that. Just hit that thumbs up. So yeah. Life is it's a roller coaster. I do a lot of learning and self-reflecting. I'm a type of person who I spend so much time in my head thinking. I overanalyze things. I'm always contemplating. I'm always learning from mistakes. I'm learning from others' mistakes. I'm putting two and two together, and trying to figure things out. So I do a lot of self-reflecting of where things went right, why things went wrong, et cetera, et cetera. And that's very useful, but it also sometimes just wastes a lot of time, but it's out of your control. Are we ever going to see the pirate buy a hoarder house if the great opportunity came for the pirate to make some? I definitely would, Mad Dog, if this came to fruition. If it came to fruition and there was a hoarder, I'm not going to do a hoarder house for the sake of a video and it just having junk. It has to be worth my time. My time has become very valuable in my eyes, and I've learned that money's much easier to make than I used to believe. So I don't like doing things that don't profit a lot. It's just how I feel. I'm not trying to be arrogant or cocky, but you have to be wise. You position yourself where you want to be, right? So if you tell yourself, I got to make this much, or you set your limits to something, you're never going to break past that cap, right? I'm a no ceilings type of guy. I need abundance. I want more, right? And so it has to be worth my time. Megan says, hey, sweetheart. What's up, Megan? How you doing? What's up? What's going on? Energy goes, energy flows. Georgia Picker getting a new place too, and it'll be going through what you went through too. He's selling some of his stuff to get ready to. Yeah, I've learned so much transitions. I wouldn't say I have regrets because this was my dream. And this was my goal long-term for my family, for my future, for my business and everything. But the reality is I'm learning things. I'm seeing the things that I had and now I don't have, the things I need for moving forward, etc. You know, and it's a struggle. As you get older, time is more exactly, OG, because that's what we don't realize. I think our world programs us to we just turn the other cheek like this. We just think we're infinite. Oh, I got 30 years, I got 50 years. Time feels so infinite. But like, let's say hypothetically you're 35 years old, 30 years old, and you were to start a new job right now. Your job gives you base pay, right? Let's say you make 30 an hour right now. You start a job today for $30 an hour in the state of California and you're 30 years old. Do you see a retirement stemming from that? You're 30 years old. You got a $30 an hour job. You have no savings. You have no nothing outside of the credit cards you have and the things you're making payment on, and your future is starting now. What is the probability you're going to see retirement in your lifetime? What do you guys think those odds are in today's society? I know Renee made some good money on some of the whorehouses that he bought that Dan Dawson was. Yeah, Renee is a very good person to follow for making money for sure. Sending love to you and your family. Hope you're doing well. I've been silent for a bit due to health stuff, so just thought I'd check in. I feel you. I've been silent a lot too. I've been silent a lot. But I have not abandoned this channel. That's the main reason for coming live again, is to tell people I didn't quit this channel. I just put shorts here. You have to go to the new channel, Hustle, Grind, Rewind, to see the full length videos. It's very simple. No one has an answer for this question. No one has an answer for this question I just asked about what would happen if you were to start an entire new career path with bare nothing and you're 30 years old and you're making 30 an hour. Let's say you work for them for 30 years. What are you probably going to top out? You think you're going to hit 50 an hour by the time you're done working for this company? But by the time you're done giving all of your time on this planet to make somebody else wealthy and successful, you might be lucky to top out. Let's just say 50. Let's just say in 30 years, you're going to go from 30 to 50. Do you think you're going to retire? These are the things that I think about a lot because I've wasted decades working for people. I've wasted decades trading hours for time, and I've gotten older, and I've watched time fly. My answer would be no. I don't think that you would see retirement if you start a job at the age of 30 and you're making 30 an hour, and this is your goal to work there for what time you have remaining till they allow you to say, you don't have to work no more, you've made it. You could not pay me enough to. A buddy of mine went with a friend of his, they did the Route 66 trip, went to California. He said him and his buddy went in, got a hamburger, fries, and 2 drinks. Yeah, it is. Food is one thing that's crazy. As a RN, I am lucky to be able to dictate my pay, and I am in demand. How does that work, OG? Can you please define to me what dictate your pay means? You make more money sometimes selling other people's stuff sometimes and buying storage units, but I know you'll find some great storage units this year, and I will always believe great opportunities come. You never know. It's a hit or miss. I have so many videos on deck that I'm working on. I just started releasing some more on a more consistent basis because I was overwhelmed the last few months. And I've had one of the worst slews of buying storages I've ever experienced out of my 5,000 storages. It's been kind of like having me contemplating paths, directions, because I'm like, this is bad. The storage business as a whole, and a lot of people think that I'm just basically the pessimist of the storage. It's not a pessimism. I'm a realist. I speak about what's going on. Our business is no longer the same. It is really bad. I'm not going to blame it on a YouTuber, a Facebooker, a tax check, whatever, whatnot. It's a combination of things. We are in a very bad financial state as a whole, and people look for side hustles. 30 years ago, 20 years ago, side hustles wasn't a thing. People work because of one job might make you enough to get by. They say you need to make $94,000 just to have be able to survive as a single family home, as a single person. As a single person, you need $94,000 to survive on average in the United States of America. What $30 an hour job's paying 94 grand? I have retired at 50 and never been busy. How is that? How are you more busy or retired? At any hospital I've worked, I negotiate and pay. I have 25 years experience and I'm able to tell people my worth. Okay, understandable. I like that. That's kind of tight because that's very rare in a situation. You know what I mean? Like most people can't dictate their pay. They might get like a little overtime bonus. They might get some holiday pay. But in order to just be able to dictate your hourly wage like that, that is freaking awesome. What's up, Greg? Greg says lots of overtime. Overtime's a killer, though. If you think about it, Greg, most people who work lots of overtime pay lots more in taxes, right? Hypothetically speaking. So you give up more time to get less. In the head, you're thinking you're getting more, but really, the taxation is sucking it dry, right? And then you're stuck in this trap for the average person where if you spend your whole year barely surviving and paying your taxes and using your credit cards, you're going to get a nice little chunk of a tax return to be able to get caught up. And that is a trap. That is the trap of life. Like everything is, I've learned that everything is a pure trap. You know what I mean? Like these things that we feel comfortable with and complacent while time ticks by is the trap. This is the whole matrix in my eyes of life. It's not like some computer program and we're hooked up to a thing. The matrix is life. It's the system that we feel comfortable with while we spend all of our time doing so. You know what I mean? And time just ticks by and we don't realize that till we're literally dead or right before we die. Most people don't come to this conclusion, but you speak and listen to the rich people when they're dying and all they talk about is the time that they let go, not the money they made, not the things. It's the family, the people, the days they didn't get to do all the things they want to. And that's become my biggest struggle. What did we quit? We theoretically quit nothing, Pickers Warehouse. It looks like people quit hitting the like button. It looks like everybody quit hitting the like button there. I keep getting this comment, Pickers Warehouse, why did you quit? What happened to Pirate? His videos aren't the same. Where is he? And I'm just coming live as another public service announcement to let y'all know it's on Hustle, Grind, Rewind. My new channel is where long format goes. I have so many options I don't have to settle. It's very freeing to be paid for my worth. That's awesome, OG. And I wonder how many people in your position in the medical field can say that, though. What is the percent of people that can say that in the medical industry? Aren't you afraid when you said you'd sell a piece of land on your property that somebody eat that you might not would move next to you? Well, that's where I'm at. So right now, I'm financially not where I used to be because taxes have caught up to me. I opted out of paying my previous year's taxes to buy a home. It was either finish taxes and wait years to buy a home or sink my money into a home. And so I owe a lot in taxes currently because I had to do everything I could to get here. And the things that I thought would transpire getting here to make things easier have been more of a struggle. So it's like a catch-22. If I sell this acre of land that I don't use, it's across the street, it's just an acre of land ready to be built, it puts me in a position to get in an even state. Even would alleviate a lot of pressure for me. And yeah, I don't want to end up like the movie Moving, whereas I'm going to have a horrible neighbor every day, but they'd have a lot of time to where they're going to have to build and prep to even be there, but it would help me. And I don't really need this acre of land that's not on my property. I have like 4 acres all fenced in, driveways, everything. And then across the street is this other acre, nestled in between other people's homes and stuff like that. So in my head, if I can let go of this property, and I'm trying to figure out if I can even do that because I need to refinance my home and they might just take the money. If I sold the acre, the bank might just say, we get the money. I'm waiting for my realtor to figure out if we could do this. He's working on that. And yeah, it's a lot of catch-22s, you know what I mean? It's a lot of catch-22s. I'm trying my best to grind, but like when I used to do 4 and 5 hour shows every day and a team would pack it up and I'd move on to getting the stuff ready and all this stuff, now it's different. So I'm not able to just freely do it. I feel like in my head, 100 grand's not that much to make. Like it's weird to explain, but through what I've learned in the last few years, I don't think $100,000 is that much to make. Believe it or not. A lot of people say you're crazy, but the reality is a lot of people spend a whole year just to make 40, 50 grand. And I've learned that you can make like 100 grand in like a day or two. It's crazy. The potential is endless. You know what I mean? The potential is endless. We've had Whatnot shows where we did 50 grand in just a few hours. You know what I mean? And so that has changed my whole mold to how money comes in. That's why I don't think I can ever really be an employee. I used to work 360 plus days a year to bring home less than 50 grand. Literally, I would bring home less than 50 grand trading my whole, almost said the F word, my whole flipping year. And I learned through the future technology and system, you can bring in 50 grand in 2 hours. It's crazy. I watched a show on Whatnot the other day in one of my competitions that people did 75,000 in an hour and a half. There's always a catch, man. I've been focusing a lot on consignment, and I do film my consignments. I've been working heavy on a big consignment recently, and I think there's a good friend of mine named Jimmy. He got a channel called 10 by 30. He had to leave the country for a while, and he dropped me off like a major load of stuff, right? No, what do you think? Do you think I look better pickers wise? I don't even gonna tell you what somebody told me yesterday, bro. I had the worst insult I've ever heard in my life yesterday from somebody because I cut my beard. The literal what they told me I look like, I'll text you because I don't even want to say the word. It is so appalling what somebody told me I look like for cutting my beard yesterday. You would be like, no freaking way somebody said that to you. I'm not even gonna use the word because it's so foul. We moved to the Philippines, bought land, built a house, and now look after our goats, chickens. That's what's up, Graham. Graham, that's what's up. You missed a little woman helping you? Here's the reality, Mad Dog. She's never really helped me that much. That's been my biggest struggle with her, is that she came to my life to be that partner, and she seems to have done everything but that. And that's been one of my struggles here, is because I watch her go to work to make 27 an hour while we struggle to survive and make the money we made before, which is endless. And yeah, so I would say I miss her, but I can't say I miss her because she's never really took on the role of running this business the way she should have since day one, because it's given all of us the great life that we have, You look better without a beard. Do you look 10 years younger the way you are now? I don't know, do I? Yeah, but that was when you had good, like your trains and stuff like that. Every lockers. Yeah, the lockers are bad. I'm telling you. I've had a lot of loss and straight break evens, and my money's coming from consignments. Like I just did consignments for Pickers Warehouse. I did one for my buddy Bud. I do them nonstop, right? It's great. I like it way better than buying at this point. And that's, the type of lockers you're looking to buy. Philosophy, my skincare, I don't even use nothing. I don't even use nothing. I got these bags under my eyes, but that's about it. Good for you. You can always make money. You're an amazing hustler. Thank you. You look good. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because like I said, I don't even want to utter the words what somebody told me I look like. It's about literally the most appalling word you can literally call somebody. And I'm blown away that somebody said that to me because I cut my beard. You look longer for it, though, so keep it off. You look great, Pyre. Thank you. You look good. Good for you. You can always make money. You're single. I must have. No, Lisa, I'm not single. I'm not single. I'm just answering a question, and I'm too transparent of a person. Like Jess gets mad that I discuss a lot of these things sometimes. Like you just always want the world to know everything and you run the business, but it's not. I'm just an honest person. I'm here to show people what you can go through, what you've been through, what you're dealing with, and how to overcome it. Mad Dog asked me a question, and then that's the reality. My biggest struggle in life is that she'd rather make somebody else rich and work a job that's never going to get her anywhere with or without me, while we should be retiring in a few years with the opportunities in our hand. So yeah, I don't miss that because I never had it. If you thought about bidding on one of the other 6 websites, I don't use any of the other websites. I don't know why, but I just don't. Like that song, God greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. What do you mean by that, Michael? What do you mean? Maybe text me what you mean by that instead of say it. You look fine, bro. Don't let people's words can never hurt you. Might hurt your feelings, but it ain't going to break a bone. I shaved my beard off too. So yeah, I just like to change and regrow. You know what I mean? Like, start fresh. It's like a fresh canvas, Is YouTube not paying more? A lot of people have slowed down. It doesn't make me a ton of money. See, a lot of people think that I've made my money by YouTube and stuff, and storages is just like an avenue to let it out. But the reality is storages have always made my money. We made in 2024, we did 1.1 million in sales, and I think content creation was 60 to 70,000 of that, of my income I had to claim. This last year, no, social media was way less than that. Granted, my sales were less too, but it's never been my money. My money has always been storages. It has always been reselling, you know, and it's just a cool little avenue to help accent it, so to speak. There are others whose whole money really comes from social media. I'm not that guy. Never have been. Thank goodness, keep shining. Sometimes I've seen some amazing steals and storage units from different websites and storage traders. Sometimes they get some amazing. Yeah, I have a lot of friends that buy there. Trust me, I have a lot of friends that buy there. It's less of a probability on there. They're such a small fish, all of them, compared to storage traders. And I personally would love for us to go back to live all. I wish all online would get shut down. I wish the government would step in and handle the corruption going through it and say it has to be live because this is a public legal lien sale and there's too much manipulation going on in the storage business. If somebody can help make that transpire, talk to me and I'll help get the word out. If we can bring that legalities to fruition. Sometime, okay, you got me into watching storage units being bid on and then them going through them. Let's go up, Keith. Let's go. Let's go. Understand that Jeebus Best Storage was not bought on storage trades, that he went to Pennsylvania. I believe it. I believe it. Like I said, it's not, I don't tell anybody not to use the other sites. I just don't use them. Because I hate sitting there looking through 1,000 crappy units just to find one. That's time. Time is money. We do not have that much time on this planet, and I already feel I've burned up over 50% of my life capacity, and less than 50% left, and I don't want to waste it. I don't. That's my biggest struggle in life right now, mentally, is time. Yeah, it does feel refreshed. It does feel refreshed, I tell you. It does. It does. It's like a fresh start. Now I can regrow it. Maybe I'll do a mustache this time. I've never done just a mustache only. I don't know. I was doing like a beard that was trimmed with this growing as a mustache. Maybe I'll just make it a mustache. I don't freaking know. I don't know. I like to change a little bit. It's like you spend too long looking like the same thing. He had great sports collectibles and great units. So if you understand why I didn't quit and what I'm doing, put a W in the chat. So you know, I want to know if you're following me on my new channel, put a W in the chat. That'll tell me who doesn't follow. Time is money, money is time. Exactly. Exactly. It is priceless. It is priceless. We are trained to not understand that. Our whole life we are trained to not understand that time is money. We think money is money. And we are designed to trade time for money. And most of us will never get to live. We won't understand this until it's too late. 99% of people will never understand this till it's too late. I'm 52 and I've had 2 friends pass this year. Makes you... Exactly. I try not to think about passing. I've had so many people pass the last several years. I've come numb to it at this point. Grow an Amish beard. No. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. The person owes 500 on a storage unit, sells it for 300 on the place, and gets 500, and the other people get their 3,000. That's the way. That's what's a legal lien sale is supposed to be. But the manipulation comes in the procedure, the shill bidding, the fake bidders, the people who use money to run it up and then never pay, forcing the other person to even pay that price without a backup bid going to the right proper bid and alleviating that in so many other ways. Understand I can grow a lot of beard and mustache, but it gets very itchy during the summer. I'd rather have it shaved off. It's a lot of work keeping it. Laugh out loud at Amish, says Greg. Yeah, that'd be funny, right? That'd be hecka funny. So yeah, what's on everybody's agenda today? What's your guys' plans? Did you take anything from this conversation? Is there anything I'm saying that's touching on life? What have you been up to, Greg? Send me all your magic cards. I need some consignment. Send me all of them. Just send me every magic card you got and I'll sell it for you. Send it. Understand I could grow a lot. Mad Dog got the number one thing. You have some amazing collections you've sold. Yes, most everything I do right now is consignment. What I've noticed is for live selling, storages are very choicy. I think this is why the storage business is basically ruined, because everybody who's a live seller, which is the new way, it's going to be the biggest thing for the next few years till the whole world's broke. And I said that what I said. And everybody who looks for the product moved to storages, and they're willing to gamble high. When you could do 50,000 in 2 hours on Whatnot, people aren't scared to spend 30,000 on a storage unit. They're gambling. It is 100% the biggest slot machine in the world right now is a storage unit. And so when you buy a storage unit, you can't dictate what you get. You have to go off a vibe. And most people are looking for certain things. So the things that you want that run on these platforms are becoming hard to find because people are willing to gamble more. And I can't do that. So I've been focused on consignment. I watch you so much that I was afraid you were going to crash them from working so much. Let's go. Prayers and best wishes to you and the family, and I hope 220, I hope it is too. Have you had the most expensive magic card yet, the Black Lotus, that could be worth? I've never found a Black Lotus. I'll give you some, trying to get my stuff. Why are you going to take it to storage? Why are you going to take it to storage? That's just going to cost money and time. The money is in selling it, Greg. The money's in selling it. Putting in storage is just... Pat, why is it I've called you a million times? Motherfucker. That's no way that's you, Pat. I've called you like for the last 5 years, and I thought you hate me. And I've literally called your number. I think I contacted and got a hold of your wife one time. Why have you not called me? I thought you hated me because you just disappeared from my life. Literally, I've called you like 50 plus times over the last few years. That's no exaggeration. And most of the other ones are junk every once in a while. Do you have my number? Can you call me? Can you please call me when this live ends if you have my number? I can't give you my number over the internet. But I would like to hear from you because there's been like so many times I've tried to call you in the last few years. Don't ask why. Damn. Yeah, I can't. Do you have the same number? Probably not. I think I reached out to you via Facebook. And then I somehow contacted your wife or something, and she told me you were asleep and it should give you my number. Have him email it to you. Pat, email me, hustlegrindrewind@gmail.com. Email me, Pat. hustlegrindrewind@gmail.com. I would like to talk to you, really. I don't have to explain it because I don't even want to talk about all this on the internet, but yeah. I'm glad to hear you're still here because I thought the worst because you just disappeared and I thought the worst. You remember the move to the church when we moved them there, Uncle Mike? I remember that too. That's funny. What percentage do you get on your consignment? I usually do 50% unless somebody brings me a lot of money. You got to bring me a lot of money to bring it down to below 50%. That's my goal normally. Yeah, that's my goal. If you bring me big money, then we can talk different numbers. But like, say you bring me $3,000-$4,000 and stuff, I'm paying the giveaways on Whatnot. I'm paying the giveaway shipping. I'm taking the shipping overages. I'm paying if I happen to have any help. And then the taxes. Let's not talk about taxes. Taxes are the worst thing that are screwing me right now. I don't even know how it's legal to do. I don't even know how it's legal to do. I don't know how the hell I can work my ass off and bring in 246 grand profit after writing off so much, and then I'm supposed to owe 90,000 for this. I can't even fathom around my head. It makes me want to shove a stick in my throat or something. I don't know. I can't, I just want to bang my head into a wall. I can't wrap my head around it that this is the way. It's why we get trapped in a job. I think it's why it's so hard for somebody to work for themselves, because a person would generally rather make 50,000 in a year as an employee than pay 90,000 to make 250. I'm not saying I'm going to be employed because I still need that extra money, but it's like, what the heck? What the heck? My Mike Rosegren here, lost my husband this week. I'm sorry to hear that, Rose. That makes me sad. Immediately makes me sad. Because that's what life's about, really. I think life is about partnership and togetherness and finding somebody you love, and that even if you have bad times, you still rather be with that person than anywhere else in the world. And to spend 46 years of your life, which is literally how long I've lived. You was with this person for literally the entire length of my life. And that's saddening. I really feel for you, Rose, and I'm going to pray for you. We can understand these prices, making the storage unit business, making the profits slim. Move an hour east. I'm sorry to hear that, Rose. Yeah, that's really sad. I'm sorry to hear that, Rose. Like I get it, because I haven't lost a partner like that, but I've lost a lot of people I love, and I see a lot of people. Like just recently, my dad's sister, who I call my grandma, and her husband died in like the same month. And I didn't even get to hear about this because we don't talk to that side of the family too much. And they were always like my idols as a kid. They were always the greatest relationship, the most just pleasant. I say successfully, the most inspiring people I ever had in my life, because they were the only people I knew that weren't messed up on drugs, doing the wrong things. They had successful jobs, a relationship, their kids did well, and they spent their whole life together, and they both passed. And I've thought about that a lot recently. I sent you the email. Pat, I'm going to call you, man. I'm telling you, I need to talk to you. I'm so shocked you even came in the chat today. Like, I can't explain it. I went to him, I'm 60, I'm 66. He said, I'm in better health than he. That's what's up. That's what's up. Can everybody put a heart and emoji in the chat for Rose? Sometimes it's hard to just be grateful for things because it's saddening. I know it's hard, but like the first thing I think of when you said that is you are so amazingly lucky you got to spend 46 happy years with somebody. That's like the first thing that comes to my mind. What a blessing that was, and it is, because that's lost in our time. In our time, we live in a society where people don't value that. We live in a society where people don't cherish weddings, of marriage, sanctity, life, togetherness. You know what I mean? Our today's society is about who can bring you the most, who's going to be your sugar daddy, who's going to be your sugar baby type atmosphere. And the art of marriage and love is really lost in today's society. And the first thing that comes to my mind when you said that really is like how awesome that was that you guys spent 46 years together. That's literally my whole life. My entire existence that feels so long, you were able to spend loving with somebody, you know what I mean? And that's awesome. But I'm definitely sorry for your loss. I don't even know what to say. It's never an easy thing to talk about. That's what I've learned, is it's never an easy thing to talk about, losing somebody. For me, health is everything since stopping work. I've lost weight, worked physically harder, and feel younger. No stress of deadlines or budgets. Yeah, I want that so bad. I don't even want to work no more. I'm going to be honest. I want to be work free. I've tried to position myself so hard to be financially. I've tried investing. I've tried working. I've tried putting my money here. And all I want is to get to a work. I don't need $7 billion. I don't need $7 billion. I don't need a Lambo and a yacht. I just want enough that this house is paid for. I got enough to cover taxes, and I can live till I die without having to trade my time in any way for money. That is my 100% goal. That is like my biggest goal in life, is that I'm just work free. Probably take a few $1 million. I'll be one, like, I'll probably live the rest of my life if I had 3 million. It's funny you said that, Greg. That's literally, in my head, I'm thinking if I had $3 million, I can pay off my $800,000 loan. I'd be able to pay my taxes on that, and I'd be left with a few million to somehow survive and use that money to make money without me doing anything. I would 100% be done. And for some, 3 million wouldn't be enough. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of people in this world that 3 million wouldn't be enough. They'd want more. For what? For what? I don't know. I don't know what would, like, there's a lot of things you could do if you had more than 3 million, but I think 3 million at the age I'm in would put me in retirement for life comfortably. And for a lot of people, that wouldn't even be enough. They would, I need more. I need more. I got to double this. I got to triple this. I need 1 billion. I would be done. I would be so done. Living la vida loca. Thing is, even once you retire, there are still taxes, and a 401k is not all it's cracked up to be. You still have to be careful. Exactly, Bonnie. So, like, let's just say hypothetically you got 3 million today. If it was under a capital gains pretext, which means you had an investment for less than 3 years, you would have to pay a lot of money, like 40% unless you were lying to the government. So you'd probably still only end up, as somebody gifted it to you or something weird like that. And I don't know if inheritance counts as capital gains. There's other ways, but like the lotto, work, crypto, whatever it is, you would freaking be out a lot. That drive can keep you alive. It might. I see. It's hard to say, Picker's Warehouse. It's hard to say. It could keep you alive, but you can also keep yourself alive, enjoying life, right? If your thrive is to enjoy life, is your passion. It's life is what we make it in our head. Life is what we make it in our head, and there is a problem with doing too much than doing too little. I know that as well. You know what I mean? I probably would leave. I might even just leave California if I didn't have to work again. I like California because I feel the money could be made here. It costs more, but it's easier to make money. Cool if you can go somewhere that's half the cost of living, but 1/4 of the potential earning income. It still balances out, right? I still work, but I buy estates and do whatnot. I get it, Greg. I get it. And you like that. You know what I mean? Like, if I had the money, potentially, I wouldn't do it. There's a lot of things like me. Fun would be walking around the lake, traveling to New York, going to the pyramids, having lunch for no freaking reason, just to go have lunch somewhere. Like, that's what I consider fun at this point. Like, I am literally exhausted from work and everything. That I probably would never just be not working, I guess. Like, even if I retired, I feel I would still buy storage units here and there. You know what I mean? I'd still probably do some whatnot shows. Maybe I would just do like one big whatnot show a month. You know what I mean? When stuff comes into place. I 100% would shut down in every aspect, though, and live life to the fullest. Because that's the biggest thing I think none of us ever do. That's, I think, the biggest thing that most everybody never does is doesn't live life to the fullest. And then the day ends. Then there's that day where we no longer. I feel you, OG. I feel you. I feel you on that. We're selling sufficient. We're self-sufficient to live a simple life. I'm British, so not subject to the same tax regime, and hence haven't paid tax for 20 years while working in the Middle East. Damn, you were lucky. You were lucky. Yeah, I'm probably going to get off here in just a second, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. Again, please smash that like button if you can kindly share this out. And if you guys could please follow on my new channel that I've been working on. This is only for shorts. I did not quit. My videos didn't change. They just went to a different site, and I use this for short format, okay? Throw those hearts emoji in the chat, guys. Throw those flood this chat before you leave. I need everybody to show some form of love. Just throw a heart emoji in the chat. Spam that, baby. Spam it. See you, Brian. I miss you. I hope everything's going well down there. I miss you. I miss you. He is an expert. Who's an expert? I'm bringing the world to me through Mike, through art. Let's go. Let's go.